So there's one item I completely forgot to cover during the first boss rush video, I believe. And that was when I grabbed a secret key to open up a shop. But I never covered it because, well, we didn't have the money. Now let's do so. This shop used to have just bullet ammunition, but now has a lot of different stuff. It's got guild if you haven't gotten it yet, but I'm not gonna waste my money. But this is more important. Rose and Camellia. Again, I did a video on this. It's kinda skeezy, but Rose and Camellia is pretty important for where we're gonna go to next, not because it's a key item, but it helps a lot. By combining Rancy and Mikuri, we get a damage boost on the axe, the katana, the knife, and the key sword. And since I just love the axe, we need that. And with that, welcome back. Got a bunch of weird stuff, but most importantly, we got this thing, the twin statue. It can break the seal of the twins. So what does that mean? Well, back in the day, we got an email from Zelpud, where he's talking about the ancient curse of the twins. So it's all coming together in probably this super long video where we go somewhere. So let's take a trip all the way back to get stuff from the boss. Oh, who is that? Is that another archaeologist? Wow, that dude fucked up something. Ah, whoa, Chimera's dead. And we get the talisman. What is this fantastic item? A charm that the professor's father always carried with him. So, for the first time ever, we get to see LeMaze's dad in-game as he reads stuff that we can't. Fuck. Alright, let's talk to Zelpud about this talisman. Yeah, we know he was looking for something in the ruins. He was, he told us that in a very boisterous email. Huh. I'm pretty sure the old man could live without food. It's fine. In the meantime, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program of going to Elmac, well, his boss room, in order to solve the big puzzle of the Twin Labs. Or we could talk to Mulbruk first? I guess not. Lazy bitch. Now you can't tell now, but the that software combo we got is really helping. Like, it seems like it's not doing anything now because the enemies here are so weak, but later on, it noticeably does more damage. Shield guys ever getting annoying. Whee! Oh crap, I probably shouldn't have done that time attack. That's right. Gotta reset that timer. Because that drop animation costs us 4 seconds, believe it or not. So now that we have the twin statue, we could do this. This entire dungeon's gimmick is that it has various warp gates that can't be used unless you have the twin statues, which we got in Eternal Corridor. Now that we do that, we could do this. Now that we got that, we could do this. And you gotta do this whole thing in 30 seconds, so it helps to know that trapdoor shortcut. Nailed it! And now all the miasma's cleared. There's totally no way there's residual poison to kill me. Also, for some odd reason, I don't have translation installed? What? Now this plays host to a lot of new enemies, more specifically the witches. And Jesus Christ, the witches are fucking annoying. We'll see that soon though. Front and back, where there's a front there must be a back. We know this already? Pedestal-like object drawn beneath it. I think I have an idea of what that might unlock. There's a transportation device somewhere in the ruins, and I believe that unlocks it if you do a certain thing later. But I never did figure out what that exactly that dais does. But yeah, if you're somehow 6 minutes into this video and wondering why it's so goddamn long, the Twin Labs is both its front side and its back side, so it's one gigantic dungeon, which is going to be a very important clue later on when we have to do a puzzle that involves the front and back portions of a dungeon. In the meantime, let's step on a floor plate, because that's always a good idea. See, we get stuff. Rings. The ring increases your manual skill, making you better at throwing weapons. This applies to every sub-weapon except the shield and the gun, but it makes your sub-weapon stronger, so if the shuriken did 1 damage, it's now doing 2. This weapon also makes the chakram on par with the gun, so if you're willing to deal with the slow projectile speed, the chakram is now extremely viable. Also, these red walrus things are really fucking annoying. Like, in hard mode, they throw a lot stronger versions in other parts of the dungeons and it sucks. Also, hidden stuff. Ow. Dick! Get back here. Now, I don't view the map all that often in this game because the map is very worthless here. Simply because it's a labyrinth. So you think you're going in the right direction on your map, but then you find yourself on the other side of the planet. It's very infuriating. Hey, Holy Grail tablet, and oh! That's what the tablet activates. That's right. There are mini elevators that aren't activated unless you push that dais. So if you came in through other areas, such as, say, Temple of the Mother, or... no, not Temple of the Mother. If you came in from Mausoleum of the Giants, or Chamber of Extinction, then you won't have the luxury of these flying pedestals. And believe me, they really help. Ah, more gemstone puzzles. Gotta keep a record of these. They have the strongest item in the game. Even stronger than the Exco figure. Now, since this is called the Twin Labyrinths, there's gonna be a lot of rooms that are mirrored and are very similar. Case in point, this room. There are more rooms that are like literally cloned, and it gets really confusing when you start navigating the area, so... There are subtle differences though, like enemy layout or elevator positions. So you're gonna have to have a lot of mental notes. Oh hey look, ladders. Fuck. I don't want that treasure though. Also, I can't read. LeMaze is so illiterate. Why? Oh, another map. And crushers. Ugh. Now I gotta warn you guys, this video might be a bit off sync, mainly because I screwed up the Chamber of the Mother thing. So you're gonna see Chamber of the Mother later, but it's probably gonna have some, like, discrepancies. Anyways, back to Twin Labs. Hey look, Poseidon! I kind of have an idea of what this tablet means, but I'm not exactly sure. Fuck. See, this is important. If there's one clue you want to record in this entire area, it's this clue. But what do I delete? Yeah, I guess I'll get rid of the Chamber of Illusion stuff. So much stuff to cover. Now this is an obviously, like, destructible block because you can see sand coming off it, but none of the items I have attack it from above. So we have to come in from elsewhere. Story of the Twins. Now, I mentioned the software upgrade before, and I say it's really important because those axe dudes take 3 to 4 hits with the axe without the software upgrade, and with each hit they get, like, a lot faster. So you want to kill them really fast. The software upgrade lets you kill them in 2 hits, which is important. More clues on the philosophers, but we still can't handle that yet. Ugh. We need an ocarina, which requires stuff from other areas, and I don't know. Well, we don't know yet. I know, but that wouldn't make any sense in the context of this video. So we're back at this thing. And I don't know why I keep trying to attack these ghosts. I have the crucifix. Ugh. This is clever because it's supposed to be a clue for the mantras at the end of the game. And it's specific to the Twin Labs because every dungeon does have a front and back side. Except for this place. This dungeon is its own back side. So you have to take into consideration where things go when you do that. Hey look, stuff. Stuff we can't access yet. Dance the Dance of Life. Probably one of the most infamous puzzles for the original La-Mulana. Here it's a bit more obvious. Oh yeah, remember this old number? Bats! I know that's the trap, but I just love activating that trap. It's so funny. Now, if you remember back in our Mausoleum of the Giants video, if we went up from that fake Ankh gem, it would lead us all the way back to a loop. But because we broke the curse of the twins, we could go here now. And I am completely fucking lost. Like, not even joking, I got lost in this video. Labyrinth. Fuck. Like, if you see me constantly checking the map, that means I got lost during recording, and I don't want to cut this out because I'm pretty sure it leads to something important. Here we go. This is where I start exploiting the doors that take us to other cool spots. Like, we were on the top left of the map and now we're in the bottom right. Seem to be full up on my text tracking software. This is unfortunate. Also, I gotta kill these flyers, because fuck them. But instead, I just, you know, go to a different room. And those things are gonna respawn, so fuck life. Aw, man. Another clue I'd say record, or at least keep in the back of your mind. Because I'm pretty sure this is where I'm headed to next. I know. But I am gonna get another important item. Got some good shit for sale, stranger. Got the bracelet, got grenades, which we can't buy yet, and we got caltrops. But we're gonna get the bracelet because it seems like a dumb item to get, but it's really helpful. The bracelet lets you instantly break a plot in one blow with any weapon. So what took 3 hits to attack before will only take 1. Also, according to this tablet, we need to become Dio? I don't know. I'd love to become Dio, but I don't have the tools necessary. Where am I gonna get a stone mask? Now you gotta be kinda daring in this thing, cause I checked maps a bunch of times before and I know offhand where the second Holy Grail tablet for this area is. But if you're gonna navigate this place, you really need Yagoo, Map Reader, and Map Street. They help a lot. Zelput is effectively telling us that there's software in the ruins that allows us to travel to the backside. And I picked it up over at the Graveyard of the Giants, go figure. Now that tablet that we just activated is technically the backside of the dungeon. Technically. Also, trapdoors. Yay. Be familiar with this tablet, you're gonna be using it a lot. Because this particular room sucks. That pillar could kill you. That pillar does not go away unless you leave the dungeon, and the trapdoor will always fuck with you, so never approach that room from the right side. Hey look, more Poseidon. I'm pretty sure that resembles Poseidon in video games. I mean, I recognize that as Poseidon. Hey, Temple of Moonlight, what are we doing here? Let's get the fuck out of here. That's actually kind of a neat concept. This is the one dungeon that can link from a front-side dungeon to a backside dungeon. Which is profound, because you're supposed to need the mirror for that. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a dirty trick. But check this out. Apparently because I used the Holy Grail, the game, like, thinks I'm still there, so I kinda broke a trap. Oops. This room again. Fuck it. We're going somewhere else. I don't think I got any of, like, Mulbruk's history for the races that Mother has made, but according to her, the 3rd race of children made by the Mother are birds, and we find them here. Weird. Still trying to wrap my head around this dungeon. It's just so vast compared to the other areas that you have no idea where you're going half the time. Now, where are we? Ah, yes. Remember that shop that talked about, clientele in stores? Well, in the video for Mausoleum of the Giants, we went here to buy the helmet, and it's the little brother's shop. So if you buy several stuff of items here, his big bro sells a one-of-a-kind item, and this is why I did Labyrinth first rather than Chamber of the Mother. We'll see in a minute. God, this place is fucking huge. Now we gotta find that store. And a bit of a pro tip, all the stores are on the same level, it's just navigating the dungeon that's the hard part. Also, the unsolvable puzzle. Whoever created this traps are fools! And they're not even kidding. If you don't solve the puzzle, you will get sucked. Because watch this. Now that's a subtle hint to, like, you need something specific in order to get into that trap, or into that puzzle, but we don't have it yet. So let's see what happens if we go to the store. Ah! Now, I bet you saw that and you think, hey, wait a minute, you were ever so close to damage boosting to the store, why didn't you just do that? Well, unfortunately there's an invisible wall there. So even if you try to damage boost up there, you're not gonna get to that store. Confers light. Trying to figure out what to delete here. I have too many messages. Screw it, I'll just take a Steam screen cap. I think also the notorious thing to take note here is that there's a lot of tiles in this dungeon that have what looks like a icon for the Ankh Jewel, which is really deceptive. Cause fuck. You would think, oh hey, the Ankh Jewel, that means I could probably find it here. Well, you'd be wrong. Also, remember this room? Fuck this room. And we get the trap again. Let's take a look at this thing. A statue of the twins, the last surviving descendants of the first child. Last surviving twins. Didn't we have a clue that discovered something about that before? Ah, yes. Reveal the light to the grieving twins. Well, we just so happen to have an item that gives light. But the problem is they don't have a hitbox, so you have to, like, go just below them to where the flare will hit them. Now, I don't know if you noticed that, but those statues are basically holding up the labyrinth from the bottom of the entire dungeon. So effectively, we are revealing the light to the twins that hold up the world. And the problem with this puzzle is that most players would think, oh, this thing doesn't have a hitbox, what exactly do I do? Which is troublesome, because I was actually a bit confused myself when the flare didn't hit. But yeah, you have to shoot the flare and make it explode, which is irritating. Now in that past room you may have seen another giant, but the problem, or another twin statue, but the problem is, I don't think those are considered holding up the world because they're on top of the map, not the bottom. thing about Twin Labs is that the entire thing is mirrored both horizontally and vertically. So you have to find the right statues to shoot with the flares. Which is what I'm trying to do right now. And it's really good that I leveled up because, man, I didn't want to go to a hot spring. Man, that bracelet's coming in handy. I love breaking pots in one hit. It even works with sub-weapons too, it's fantastic. Too bad I'm gonna lose that weight. Huh. Oh, you bitch! Ah! Hello, Baroon. I know I shot you with a flare a while ago, but I'm just passing through. Okay, good. No, well, oh crap, they respawn. I should just shoot them with a gun right now. But the bullets are 400 gold, so fuck that. Hey, look where we are now. Doesn't this room look familiar? Ah, this clue. This doesn't have anything to do with this game, but that last line is relevant to La-Mulana too. So... Like, I'm not even joking. I think Naramura came out and said, hey, this game is going to take place in 2015. Also, Big Brother's shop. We couldn't go to the store before because the dungeon was locked up, but since we are exclusive clientele, we get the Dragon Bone. They outright tell us what to do with it. Fantastic. Now we gotta continue to navigate this giant thing. And if you're noticing something odd, not only does the Twin Lab have two Holy Grail tablets, it also has 2 compasses. But that's not relevant for this video, so don't worry about it. Just enjoy the random acts of murder across this huge dungeon. Still trying to find my way through. Hey, a fairy point. This path is the way in from Graveyard of the Giants, I believe. No, it's Inferno Cave, that's right. Yep, there it is, Inferno Cave. Yeah, those harpies are kinda dicks. They're like really annoying if you let them do their own thing, and in hard mode there's a bunch that take like a bunch of hits, and it's really irritating. Let's get a fairy. Ow. I'll take the healing fairy. Come on, let's go. Ah, there's the other twin. Ow. Edigna. Can't even talk today. Now, it's interesting that they have the insignia for life tattooed on their back. I'm still not quite sure the significance of that, but hey, free stuff. So we've basically activated the puzzle of the twins, but I'm trying to remember how to walk to where the puzzle gets unlocked, so it takes a bit of while for the hamster in my head to get going, so be patient. Wrong way, dumbass. It just keeps happening. Ugh. I think I know what I'm up to now. And I shouldn't be doing this because I don't have the Holy Grail I don't have the tablet for yet, but let's fight a mid-boss. Now, this boss is pretty notorious. You look at him now and think, wow, this boss is kind of annoying. He doesn't go anywhere near you, but he has one specific ability. There it is. This is Zoo, also known as Dio Birdo. He has the ability to stop time, which gets infuriating. Now what people like to do is they like to get the Lamp of Time and use it to kill him, which is helpful, but you don't need it. Well, on normal mode you don't need it. Look at that. I even got an achievement for that, killing Zoo without stopping time. Actually, I think that's no, that's Zoo. But yeah, naughty me, I don't have the tablet for that. I should probably put that in post. Right about here. Now this is the Demon's Altar. Like, I go through the map pretty quickly because this is becoming reflex rather than me actively trying to make an LP. Sorry guys, but this room is the Demon's Altar. And you fight the boss here. But the Ankh isn't appearing yet. What is that? Let's talk to Mulbruk about something. This is out of nowhere, but trust me, when you have puzzles that you can't solve, you should probably talk to Mulbruk. Oh yeah, she talks about the third children here, that's nice. Thanks, Mulbruk. While we're talking to NPCs, let's ask Zelput about the bone. You're helpful. Thanks, douche. When I get to the tablet, I'll mention it, but there's a tablet that says Zoo and Peryton hide the secret of the boss in this level, but I can't remember where that tablet is, and I may have done things out of order, so my apologies, but there is a clue, trust me. Ah. Now, Mulbruk said to stomp on something from up high, and a while ago in this video, we covered that there's something at, well, we noticed that there's something at Poseidon's feet. It's just a slight problem. Even if you followed from it from up high, you had to do it while Lameza's in his weird holding his hat animation, so you get a specific thing for it. And I think it took me 4 tries to do this just because the harpies kept hitting me. It's kind of irritating. But yeah, time for the second mid-boss. I can't remember if this is Zoo or Peryton, I get the two mixed up. This boss is a lot easier. All he does is just kind of fly around and make those weird little clone dudes. The clones don't do much damage, they're just there to delay the fight for the longest time possible. In hard mode, I believe they do 5-10 damage a hit. But yeah, this guy's a fucking joke. With our software combo and double jump, he's nothing. But killing clones guy allows us to do this thing. I don't quite know what that did. And there's supposed to be a secret passage here, but I can't remember where. Yeah, look at that, Katana. How do we get to it? Because there's like no way out of here. There should be a shortcut, but I can't remember for the life of me. Also, spoiler alert, we're not gonna get that katana this video, because I'm kind of an idiot. During recording, I just kind of spaced out and forgot about it. I think it was because I was too busy trying to figure out the shortcut and then just said, screw it. Let's solve more puzzles. But where? Yeah, that's what happens when you don't use... That's what happens when you don't kill a axe dude in 3 hits. They get really fast and angry. And I think they do more damage, too. The only thing is they don't have an axe chop animation, which is kind of disappointing. Yeah, ignore that steam bloop. I have friends that are inconsiderate. They're not inconsiderate, I just forgot to stop the sound animation, which is what I'm doing here. Whoops. Anyways, stuff. We're trying to figure out... There we go. That thing appears when you reveal the light to the Grieving twins. But, we can't open it. Just keep in mind though, kids, this is the twin labyrinths. So if it's in one side, it's gotta be in the other. There's just a slight problem with the other side. Whoops. So I gotta come in from the left. Which means I gotta go up, left, down, right. Arrgh. So convoluted, this labyrinth. Sure is nice having double jump. Makes platforming a lot easier. Now if it isn't so obviously stated before, since we did it on one side, there's the other side of the twin labs where it's been activated. I really like the concept of the Twin Labs. It's one of the levels that takes the logic of La-Mulana, but turns it on its head without breaking the rules. It does a lot of neat tricks, and I love it for that. Other aspects of this place, though, suck! Now we got one last puzzle to solve in order to summon the boss. And like I said before, I've screwed it pretty bad and I don't have the tablet information for it. But I will say this, there are 2 clues in Twin Labs that tell you how to summon the boss. One that says Zoo and Peryton lock up the area, and another that says 5 witches plus 1 summon the witch, or summon Baphomet. Oh no! That's an interesting thing to know. The white witches, or not the white witches, the ever so slightly purple witches, they could stun you, which is a problem if you don't know what to expect, but I have the silver shield, so that usually doesn't matter. It keeps happening! So on the first side of the dungeon, I solved the puzzle for the life orb, which I completely forgot to address. But like I said, this dungeon is a mirror of itself. So if one side has a secret, another side has to have one. This one just has money, aw. Here we go. Zu has the face of the White King, he imprisons the Ankh. Peryton brings with him blue shadows, so Dioberto is Zu, and the clone generator is Peryton. But that's the clue that says, hey, these two lock up the boss, kill him. Now you think, oh hey, a new witch appears. But there's a slight problem with that. We didn't solve anything. I believe we have to reset a puzzle. But just to prove a point, I'm gonna go back and check something. A prophet in this area said four witches, no, it's 5 witches plus 1. Well, the tablet's gonna appear sooner or later on the recording, so I'll cover that then. Never mind. But yeah, the idea is that more than 4 witches cover it. Now, we've been killing the 4 witches this entire time, and we just quote-unquote killed the 5th witch. So we come here. Now remember, rooms in this area are mirrored, so since we killed the Black Witch a while ago, the White Witch here doesn't appear. So after a quick bath, we gotta do this again. Witches are probably the hardest thing to fight in this game, just because if you ever get near them, they get really scared and run away and then just shoot shit. So it gets really annoying if you're playing this on, say, hard mode, which was my first experience with this game. Ugh. Now, 5 pit witches plus 1 more will gather. So we've killed 4 witches, and a 5th one appears. But the problem is, when we killed this 5th witch, nothing happened in the boss room. So while we look at its dangly ball attack, let's go to the other area. Whoops, wrong way. It's really hard to remember the path to the boss because, well, the dungeons are mirrored, so everything looks really similar. This is the right path. Now, I showed this off in my difficulty video, but if you have the Lamp of Time, you could actually bypass Zu and not have to fight him. And killing him is absolutely unnecessary. You do not have to kill him to fight the boss. He's just kinda, you know, there. This is how you fight the boss. You're supposed to summon 6 witches. You kill 4 to summon the 5th witch, and then you leave the 5th witch alive because, well, the dungeon mirrors itself and then the 6th witch appears. So we've unlocked the Ankh. But I'm a little hesitant on fighting Baphomet, because it's actually a really hard boss, so quick flavor of healing. Let's head back. But just to recap, in order to do so, the clue is 5 witches plus 1 more will gather. Throughout the dungeon, you fight 4 witches. In one room, you'll fight 4 witches that summons a black witch that you do not kill, because in the so-called inverse side of the dungeon, the 6th witch will appear. That's the witch you have to kill in order to summon the Ankh. Because that 6th witch is in the demon's altar, which holds the Ankh. But enough of my ramblings. time for a trip. I really fucking love how this boss plays out. It's so cool. Say hello to Baphomet. The first phase is very predictable, but that doesn't make it any easier. I've just gone through this boss a lot on hard mode, so I know it by heart. But the idea is it has a set phase of attacks. It'll do lightning, wing swipe, fire, lightning again, fire again, then one final wing swipe, and it'll repeat that phase. However, the second lightning and fire strikes have different patterns. And if you notice, during the fire phases, I actively use caltrops to damage myself. I cannot dodge the fire phase for the life of me, so it's a bit tricky. This second phase, however, is a lot trickier. For one, the boss doesn't have a pattern anymore. For two, it summons the witches, which gets really fucking irritating because they can, like, fill the area with bullets, stun you, and just get generally fucking annoying. But yeah, once the mobs are cleaned up, Baphomet herself isn't hard, she's just irritating. Because it's really easy to, like, get into contact damage with her. And when she's doing this attack, she's invulnerable, so even if she looks like she's hittable, don't attempt it, because you'll just take contact damage. Like right here, I barely scraped her knee and I took contact damage. Also, the witches are being resummoned. The only witch you have to worry about here is the one that casts the green paralysis ball. Aside from that, the boss gets relatively easy. See right here? Oh, kinda. I'm too busy fighting mages. But in this stance, even though she's low enough to be hit, she is immortal during that lightning strike animation. Also, one thing to note during hard mode players, the blue balls, there are a lot more blue bullets in hard mode, but you can still break them, so don't worry about it. And the boss is defeated. But there's just a slight problem. Revenge bullets! The revenge bullets don't do much in normal mode, but in hard mode they do about 30 damage. But if you stand on the far left of the room, you're completely safe from those. And with that, we've obliterated Baphomet. Good job, team! But that's gonna be the only video for this week because, oh god, 48 minutes of me just talking, fuck that. So let's get our revenge on these witches and get out of here. Stay tuned, there's bloopers. Later, team.